Hello everybody, my name is Douglas Bailey. Today's training is going to focus on ethical practices for teachers in 21st century settings. Let's get into it.
Hi, welcome to Ethical Practices for Teachers in 21st Century Settings, a training video designed to assist teachers in the following areas. 1. Modeling online etiquette. 2. Respecting intellectual property. 3. Using social media responsibly. 4. Protecting student confidentiality. Our goal is to help teachers model professional practices both in and outside of the classroom. At the end of this session, participants are required to take a short quiz to assess what they have learned. 1. Online etiquette. As an educator, one must be mindful of the way they communicate online. It's essential to remember that once messages are sent, even if you subsequently delete them, they can have permanent consequences. Screenshots are a thing and can be used against you if you happen to have an error in judgment and respond angrily. For example, if a parent sends you an email that is aggressive and responding to why their child is not completing their work, don't match their energy. Instead, be empathetic, consider the parent's perspective, and clearly explain the situation at the end, offering recommendations on how you or another party can resolve it. ISTE, the International Society of Technology Education, offers these suggestions. When communicating online, be clear, concise, and respectful. Assume that the messaging sent can and will be seen by all stakeholders, parents, colleagues, and administrators. 2. Intellectual rights and property. As an educator, it is essential to be aware of the proper way to share content owned or licensed by others. Teachers should be able to articulate their reasons for usage and tie it into lessons for academic reinforcement. The U.S. Copyright Office has created a fair use index that includes the following 4 factors: purpose, nature, amount, and market. Please consider these aspects before adding content to your presentation. When using intellectual property, use only what you need for that particular lesson. Here's another helpful tip. Instead of using copywritten material, consider using an open educational resource, such as one licensed under a Creative Commons license. 3. Social media. There are many gray areas that teachers can encounter when posting on social media, such as posting students' pictures without consent, or leaving a comment on a controversial topic that elicits divisive or angry responses. Here are some key rules and constraints courtesy of New York City's Public Schools Info Hub. Media consent is required before posting student images and videos, and no personally identifiable information should be attached. Parents should also be aware of what is posted about or around their children. There is no expectation of privacy for anything posted on social media, even if you're using a private account. If someone shares or screenshots something deemed inappropriate, you could still be held accountable. Don't put your personal opinions behind your school's logo. Get permission before posting to any accounts related to the school or organization you represent. Avoid communication with students via social media, especially in secondary school settings. My thoughts. If it's negative or will cause controversy, I won't post it. You don't always have to showcase your opinion. Religion, politics, and sex are topics I would avoid altogether. Once again, assume that everyone can see what you upload. I go by the grandma rule. If anything I post would cause concern and elicit a call from grandma, I would avoid posting it. Student confidentiality. Protecting our students should be the utmost priority for teachers. Our students need to know they are in a safe space that promotes inclusivity. Let's say a parent reaches out to you on social media to ask a question about their child's grade. The correct way to correspond is through the school's official communication channels, like the district email. There are ways we can mitigate confusion and have a transparent conversation that protects all parties involved. The Department of Education has clear guidelines under the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, also known as FERPA, for students under the age of 18 in secondary schools, which prevent anyone other than parents from accessing their child's records. Aunts, uncles, and grandparents may have good intentions. However, as a teacher, you can only share what is permitted by law. In closing, please remember that as educators, we set the standards for ethical digital behavior. We can raise the bar by communicating online in a respectful manner, using social media productively, protecting student confidentiality, and preparing students to thrive responsibly online within a global community of others. Thank you for your time.
Next, we have a quick quiz that we're asking all educators to participate in. 80% or higher is the score that we're looking for. Once again, thank you for your participation. We appreciate your presence today.